can go ahead and shut that off. And you can see the circuit here runs off of a car battery. And you can see that the trap is sprung here because we have green and red. And then if we want to reset the trap, this door shuts and the back door opens again to let the trap open. And if you're like, hey, I just want to shut the trap off and not use power, you can do that by hitting the master switch down below. And this runs off of 2 solar panels, a car battery, a switch, a branch, memory cell, and a red button, and also the laser detector as well. So yes, this is Rust Console Edition. This is, you can use this today, and as long as you have the broadcaster. This is extra, really. And so that'll send the signal off to your pager. So we're going to go ahead and walk through how to build this. Okay, so over here, what makes this so dirty is you can actually place that laser detector here, place a box in front at just the right angle where it's on, but this box blocks it, so you can't see the laser that goes across the doorway, making this extra heady here. We can actually come over here and see this a little bit better. Because normally you can see the laser go across the doorway, but because it's sitting here like this, let me shut this off again, it's actually blocking it, but it's still being activated, so it makes it very, very heady. You don't have to activate it this way, but it definitely, this is an option for sure. So it's really about dressing it up and making it look more believable. Okay, so we've got the same scenario here. We've got our shotgun traps in the back here. We've got a door controller up on the frame. The other door we'd like to control is here, so let's go ahead and set those. So all you need to do is set up the door controller on the frame or close to it. Unlock the door, then come up here and hit the action button. And come back and relock the door itself. Do the same back here with our shotgun traps. By the way, you can do 1. 2 is pretty efficient, but 3 is going to always lay waste to somebody. So unlock this, set this with the action button, then go back and relock this. Always, 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 always make sure you relock it. What's really cool here, we kind of set this up. Maybe we're getting a bit ahead of ourselves here, but if you kind of come down here, and the reason why we have this doorway is so you can see in. If you want to hide that door, you can stick a level 1 workbench, and honestly, if you stick like a furnace or something off this back corner, no one's going to see this down here at all, and you can kind of take a little peek to see who's in there and grab loot and stuff, but we'll leave it open for this build itself. Okay, the heart and soul of this is definitely going to be your memory cell here. Let me go ahead and whip out the old cable tool. You've got the power in, and then you've got the 2 outputs. That's what makes this so great. When it's in the on position, the output is triggered, and when this is in the off position, the inverted output is powered up. So what's beautiful here is set really means on, reset really means off, and toggle is exactly what it sounds like. You send a burst, it goes on. You send another burst, it goes off. On, off, on, off. So whether it's a burst or a solid signal, it's always going to trip it to one state or the other. Okay, so we've been charging up the battery here. I'm trying to think of the best way to do this. Okay, I always do this. You take the battery power and always put a switch on top of it. It helps you control the power. This one's going to be really tight on power, and so you want to make sure you're kind of saving it up. Here's our solar panel configuration. Again, you can buy this at the outpost for $75 a piece. Have this going into a root combiner at the top here, and then we have it facing, what is it, northeast, and then southwest is optimal. This is daytime. This is afternoon solar panel action. We have it coming down here to the car battery itself, which should be maximum charge by now. And okay, so we've got the switch here that comes out of the battery, and then this goes into a branch. This branch only needs to be configured to 2, which is the default, and this goes out to our laser up here. And you want to make sure this is on, and just make sure that when you're placing the box, it's not, the laser's not coming through. So if it is, you pick it up and place it again until it is, until it's covering it up. And really, you can set this down lower. I just kind of have this set up so you can see it. And so what you want to do is you want to take the output of this, which we have as purple. We're going to come over here and take the output of this laser. Output. You need to kind of walk around your base. We're passing through the wall because it makes it faster. And then what we want this to do is actually go into the toggle button of our memory cell. And then we're going to take the output power, which I think over here we set it as, yeah, it's all red that goes through. I'm trying to follow the same configuration here. And so the output for this, when it's in the on position, this is this is just the power to the memory cell itself. Okay, so this makes it a little confusing. The inverted output is going to be orange for us, and what we want to do, because remember, there's 2 states of this are when the trap is ready, this door is open, and this is shut. And so when the trap has been sprung, this should be closed so they can't leave, and this should be open, which is the perfect type of output we have for our controller here. So really our trap being sprung is going to be the orange side, which is the inverted output. And so what we're going to do is take this output and run it into our door controller here. That is for the shotgun traps. Bing. And then when the trap is on, which I think I have this set to green. I do. Okay, it's set to green. Sorry. This is going to go to the front door. That's going to open up. So we're going to bring this up and over. And it's really important to get these kind of high and tight on the frame so people can't see it coming in, because you want them to feel comfortable. That's what trap bases are all about, making it feel real good and comfortable. That's why you light a furnace, leave a bag in the front so it looks like somebody screwed up, and then you want them to kind of just walk in. Okay, here's the other important thing too. I like to use a red button switch to set the toggle state for all of this. And what we can do here, and this might be a little confusing, is we're going to take this as, what do we set it as to the other side? It is yellow for our toggle state out here. And this will help you reset the trap when you're done. What did I set this into? Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, when I set the laser, I put it on toggle. That's not what we want. We want it to be on, I think it's reset, which is off. It is. Okay. I had to think about that for a second. Woo, your boy already made a mistake. All right, so we'll come up here, we'll place it on the output. I was like, that seems a little too easy. It turns out it's right. So if you look here, there's the toggle. Here's the reset, which means off, and then set means on. So what we're going to do is kind of bring it up here, angle it over, and we're just going to pass it through here. So hopefully it makes sense. Hopefully on the same level here. So sorry, I messed that up. And so the reason why you don't want it on toggle is because what's going to happen is if it's on toggle, if you trip this once, it's going to turn it on. And then for them to get stuck, they can just hit this one more time. That door opens and this door shuts. You want them to come in and trip it, but you don't want them to be able to reopen it again. So I guess it was good that we messed it up the first time. So you kind of get that explanation. I didn't mean to, but yeah, there it is. Okay, so I think we're kind of close here. So this is with the trap sprung. If we hit it again, this goes back to open. Yeah, we're good. And with this white switch over here. All right, so yes, the trap is ready to catch somebody, and then when they come in and trip it, it's then going to send the signal out. So right here, we trip the signal. This shuts. We can't re-trip it again. And this opens. The shotgun traps will lay waste to you. And then because this has been sprung, now this is active, and this white signal comes out here, and this is optional, and goes to a broadcaster down here, which is set to 6767. So if we go ahead and set the frequency to that, it'll let you know when that is active. So let me go ahead and reset the trap real quick. Okay, ready. And we'll go ahead and trip it again, and hopefully our pager goes off the way we think it does. So activated the trap. Oh, did I not set my broadcaster to 67? I set it to 65. What a good dude. All right, let's reset it one more time. Oh, he's checking frequencies. Make sure that's not anything obvious, because it's not good if it is. Okay, let's trip this again. There we go. So now our pager's going off. So if we're somewhere else farming, you're going to hear that bad boy go off, and then you can come home and collect the cheese, spawn in here, reset the trap, and you're good to go. And if you're like, hey, we're done collecting all this loot and I don't want my back door open, that's cool. All you have to do is hit the main switch, and you're not draining any power. Both of the doors close because door controllers fail shut, and you're good to go. And if the circuit's on, you are using 8 units of power. Let me go ahead and drag it over right there so you can see it a little better. 8 units of power. And that's why you've got the master switch here, because that way you're not draining anything if you need this to charge. Because, hey, it is just a car battery and you don't have that much power. Because remember, a car battery's maximum output is 10. And if we're using 8, we got a little bit of headroom. So there you go. That's an easy way to do a trap base. I guarantee you're going to get a lot of Zergs dudes trapped in this for sure, because no one's going to expect this 100%. So be sure to drop a like and a subscribe if you found it useful. It says do a trap wire base. What do you, tripwire, what does that mean? I mean, we kind of just did. Am I right or am I right?